7-star bricks. How's everyone doing today? Today we've got a special treat sent to us by LesDIY, or LesD. I'm not sure how that's pronounced. I think it's LesDIY in my head, so that's how I'm going to pronounce it. If I'm wrong, let me know. But they sent us these two boxes. You may have seen my short on this. This is super cool. Check these boxes out. We'll see if we can get them both in the camera at the same time here. All right, so the instructions for these are on this USB card. I've already downloaded them onto my tablet. It's just a bag in here. I don't know what that's for. Oh, and then we got bags full of colored parts. So we'll need to sort these out somehow to build this thing. And look at all these parts. And then we've got a second box. And these are cool boxes. They're very colorful on the top. And the white kind of really stands out with this design on here. I love, yeah, lime green. That's awesome. Look at all these cool parts though. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and sort these into containers and then we're gonna get started. But I'd like to thank LesDIY for sending this set for review. So thank you very much, and I will put links in the description below to check this product out and their websites. And I believe I have an affiliate link for you so that you can help the site out if you want to buy something from there, and I'll put all of that in the description below. I'm going to throw this in here too. I get a lot of questions about how I organize the pieces when I'm building something like this that doesn't come with numbered bags. There is no magical way to do this. Basically what I do is take a bag like this that's got a bunch of parts that they sent all together, and I take this here bag and I dump it into this dollar store Tupperware container. That's it. The secret is go to your local dollar store, buy a bunch of off-brand Tupperware, like a bunch, and just empty bags into them. So that one's got like 2 bags because it's a big one, so I put a black bag and the neon green. I put 2 different white bags in that one. It's like 3 white bags in this big one. This is a bag, this is a bag. That's it. That's the secret. Just have a bunch of off-brand Tupperware sitting around and just dump parts into it. You'll see I'm just taking a bunch of stuff. Sometimes I stack them on top of each other if I run out of table space. Grab a bucket, grab a bag, dump the bag into the bucket. That's it. Unfortunately, there's no magic secret to organizing these. I'm not one of those people that can sit here and pick out all the different parts and organize them all day long before I build. That would make me insane. So this is it. All right, and this is pretty much what we end up with, guys. So we've got all these buckets, some cups full of parts, some stuff I didn't take out of the bags because it's all the same part. And now we're going to go ahead and get started on building this thing with our directions on the tablet there. Once again, a big thank you to LesDIY for sending this out to us, and more on them at the review part of the video. Just a helpful hint, guys, when you get to step 98, that purple part there, that's not here, and I'm pretty sure it is substituted with this black part of a very similar design. So no purple part, black part. All right, steps 291 through 300. So they have you building these big plates. You can see you're building these giant plates, right? And then you stick them on the front and the back. That ain't gonna happen. Let me introduce you to a little engineering concept called tolerance stacking. Once you get enough of these Legos built up here, or in this case, the LesDIY bricks, there's going to be slight gaps and stuff where they just don't all press together perfectly. You can't get this on as one plate. It just won't go on. So I did this on the back end. I had to take it apart and put it on as pieces to get it on. And now I'm doing it on the front side or the back side. I don't know which side this is yet, but you're going to just have to take these apart to get them on, because it's very hard getting one piece on. Getting that whole thing on as one giant piece, that ain't going to happen. So tolerance stacking, yeah. Let me put on my nerd glasses and explain tolerance stacking to you. So tolerance is, in manufacturing, you understand that things are not going to be exactly perfect every time you make them. In fact, they are almost never going to be exact. So you have what's called a tolerance. Usually, you know, hundreds or thousands of a millimeter for precision parts, and then things like ABS plastic can be much looser tolerances. So when you have one part, that's the tolerance. When you put two parts together with a tolerance and they don't fit exactly perfectly, that's because of tolerance stacking. So you have two things that aren't exact, and now they're even less exact together. Then when you start putting hundreds or thousands of pieces together, you get slop in the product, and that's called tolerance stacking. So too loose. How do you say that in English? So if your tolerances are a little too loose, or your QA isn't that good, you end up with things that don't fit together at all, because all of the parts that came together before them are too out of spec, and nothing now fits together perfectly. So I'm not saying these parts are bad or that the design is bad. It's just that once you get that many Legos together, you're trying to stack things vertically to start with, and then you try to slap stuff horizontally on those vertical parts, and it doesn't always go together the easiest. Now, those horizontal parts will start to hold the vertical parts closer together, but the trick is getting those horizontal parts on in the first place. That's the issue. So that's what I'm talking about tolerance stacking. I mean, you could go into a whole, I mean, they teach whole courses on this, but that's the basis of tolerance stacking. So you get those little gaps between the Lego pieces, and the more pieces you stack together, the more those gaps start to add up until you're trying to put things on the front side now that don't fit on. Step 371, you can see there's nothing there next to the purple 2x4. Or, well, actually it's a purple plate under there, but there's 2x4 visible there. Step number 372, you're supposed to put a one plate. There's nothing to hold it there. So might want to modify this, because when you come down a few steps further, you're going to be putting something over there. So that one plate might better be in here, and then put it on the bottom of this corner plate. That might be a little easier as far as the instructions. Jay here. So I wanted to get real with you guys for a second. This channel is about brick built reviews from all companies, whether it be Lego, or whether it be knockoff Lego, or whether it be alternate brick manufacturers who aren't copying Lego and making their own sets, mock builders, whatever. I just enjoy putting things together that are made of bricks. So that's what we do here. We put things together, we film a review, and we put it up for you guys to enjoy, and hopefully get some sort of value out of, whether it's helping you to decide whether or not to buy the set, or, you know, fixing problems with your set, or whatever it may be. But we, meaning me, Jay, 7-Star Bricks, are here for you guys. You, the viewer, are what is important to this YouTube channel, or if you're watching this copied on Rumble, but you guys are the important ones, right? You're why I am here. You guys watch the videos. You guys subscribe. You guys like the videos. You guys leave comments on the videos. You guys ask me questions. I go to Reddit and help people out in the Lepin subreddit all the time. You guys, that's why I'm doing this. So keep that in mind, because this is all about you. So I am happy, more than happy. I will do it all day. I will take free stuff from companies that they want me to review, because
up until now, I've been paying for everything on this channel. Everything that you guys see reviewed is paid for by me. Now, Hero Toys is giving us a discount. It's not much more than you guys get. And that's pretty much it. So I've started getting free sets from some alternative brick manufacturers, and that's great. And I am happy. Manufacturers, storefronts, if you guys want to send me free stuff to review, I will do it. And I like building these sets. I like doing the reviews. I like doing the videos. I like the whole editing process. I like everything about it. However, this channel is for my viewers. So if you send me a set and it sucks or I have a terrible time with it, I'm going to tell them that. I am not going to sugarcoat this thing. So be aware, when you're sending me a review copy of something, make sure it's something you want an honest review on, because that's what you're going to get. Because I am here for my viewers. You guys watching this video right here. I am not here to help market stuff for people. I am not here to give you glowing reviews for products that don't actually deserve it, right? I am going to be honest, because the viewers are the people who are important to me. People spending their money and their time with these sets, those are the people that count. So with that in mind, let's get into the review portion of this video, because I want you, the viewer, to know that I am going to be honest with you with these sets. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I'm not going to lie to you to try and make a buck on the side from the manufacturers. These are my honest opinions about the sets that I'm sent, and they are in no way influenced. These guys might not ever want to work with me again, because I'm going to be brutally honest in this review. And that's fine. I would like to get more free sets. I would. But I am not going to give you a false opinion in order to do that. I would rather just keep paying for all my own sets and giving you guys honest reviews. So with that in mind, I hate to be negative, but let's get on with this review. Let's just go through this. They reached out to me, LesDIY, or LesD, I'm not sure how they pronounce it. They reached out to me in October and said they were interested in working with me. We worked through the details on what set they wanted to send me, and we settled on this Mega Stormtrooper body because I have the Stormtrooper helmet from Lego. I actually received the set, well, it looks like I received the set on the 15th of November, which unfortunately was right before my Disney World vacation that I've been planning for years, so I didn't get to build it then. And we got back and all that craziness in early December. I had started to build the set, I think December 13th. And I ran into a problem where I was missing quite a few parts. I had been trying to replace these parts from my spare parts bins, and I had just run out of parts to be able to do that. I just didn't have enough of those spare parts. They're very nice, and they said they would reach out to the supplier and get me those missing bricks. Okay, so that was December 14th. They got back to me after I reached out on the 13th. They didn't reach out to me again until January 5th because of all the COVID going on in China, so that's forgivable. It took them a while because there was probably nobody there. I did get the parts sometime in January. I started to build the set again on February 1st. However, I ran into more missing parts about halfway through. February 10th, they got back to me after 9 days, said they would send me more parts. February 21st, they reached out again, gave me a tracking number, said they sent the parts. So I didn't get those parts until this past week. I was out of town for my day job, which is my full-time job. So I got those parts this past week, sometime, I think it was March 1st or 2nd, my wife said they came in the mail. So today, March 5th, I was like, okay, this has got to be it. These have got to be the last set of missing parts. I've gotten 2 sets of replacements now. Went to put the set together again and ran into more missing parts. So this is my major complaint so far. That is not good QA. Especially a set you sent to someone you know who is going to be doing a review video on this. To be coming up with that many missing parts. Now, as a personal policy, I do not inventory these sets when I get them. When I buy them, when they get sent to me, I don't do an inventory. I just don't have time for that. I'm not trying to sound like a brick building diva, right? That I'm too important to be doing this. No. I am just super busy. I have a full-time day job. This is basically a second full-time job doing this channel. All the reviews and building everything and editing and all that stuff. It takes up a lot of time. And I have dozens of sets in my backlog that I haven't even built yet. I've got another dozen videos that I haven't done the editing or anything to get out yet. So I've got a lot of stuff to do. I just do not have time to inventory a set when it's sent to me. I'm going to trust that you sent me all the parts, because even if I was a regular consumer, these sets should be sent with all the parts, right? That's part of the QA. That's part of quality assurance on the part of the manufacturer and the people sending out these sets. You need to make sure that all the parts are in these sets. That is not the customer's job. And for me to have had to reach out twice and then still be missing parts a third time is just, that's insane. That is not something that you should have to deal with as a consumer. It's nuts. And of course, this is only a sample of one, right? But when it gets to the second time where I'm missing parts again, maybe LesDIY should have been like, look, let's just send you out a whole new set so that you can see we normally send out all the parts. But they didn't. They kept sending out replacements, and I still wound up with missing parts. Luckily, this last batch, well, I kind of gave up. Honestly, I was missing a couple of parts that I did replace, and then I got near the end and I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to finish putting it together, and this is how it's going to get reviewed. That's all there is to it. So that is complaint number one. That should never happen. You should never be missing that many parts, and it is not the consumer's job to inventory this and count these thousands of parts before they put the set together. They're going to trust, just like I'm going to trust, that you sent me all the parts. And if you didn't, that's not good. That's not good.
All right, so on to the actual bricks themselves. This is the Mega Stormtrooper body. Now, what you are meant to do is take the stand off your Lego Star Wars Stormtrooper helmet set, pull that stand out of the bottom, replace a couple parts, and you would stick this head right on top of this body, which, me, sort of, you know, like that. That's what you get, is you get basically a giant size Stormtrooper minifigure. I'm not going to put my Stormtrooper head on the top of this, and it will become apparent why in a little bit here. So you can see here, we are missing a bunch of bricks from this hand. And that's what it's supposed to look like. And we're just missing that. You can also see where I had to, whoops. You can see where I had to replace one of the pieces in here because I just, oops, we're out of white pieces again. Sorry, there weren't enough in the set. And there's one other spot. Oh, right here, I ran out of those 1x2 flat plates. Just didn't have enough at the end of the set to complete it. Just, at this point, don't care. Here's an issue with this. This body works like a minifigure, which is kind of cool, in theory, right? So, oh, look at that. How cool is that? So, you've got, you know, your two Lego studs kind of on the top here, right? And you've got Lego kind of legs. These legs can move independently, up and down. That's pretty cool. Look at that. So it's like a minifigure, like minifigure legs, right? That's how it's designed. Now you see on the top here, we've got all these studs. So on the bottom, well, yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. But you can see on the bottom of this part of the torso, right, you've got two holes where these two giant studs fit into. But then you've also got all this Lego on the bottom for these to plug into. Well, the issue is that, again, you're talking tolerance stacking here, and things just don't really want to go together very well. So you can kind of jam it on those studs, but it doesn't want to stay on there. So this we're running into the other issue here. Before I'm ready to talk about it, stay. So this is what it looks like from the back. That's pretty cool, right? So like, look at the studs. So you've got these depressions on the back here, and that is meant to emulate the Lego holes on the back of a minifigure leg. So check that out. That is pretty cool, right? And that's pretty close to what the Lego minifigure looks like. And it's printed on the back of this, but you can see we've got the little pack on the belt, and we've got the little part on the armor that sticks out on the minifigure. That's pretty accurate. See if we can get it to focus on the minifigure here. See? That looks pretty accurate. That's pretty cool, right? You've already seen one of the issues is that, again, this is based on a MOC. Now, one of the good things that LesDIY does is that they pay the MOC designers for their designs. So they're not just stealing their designs from the internet and giving them away for free by making the set, and they're making money and the MOC designers aren't. They're actually helping out the MOC designers. But one of the issues with MOCs, as we all know, is sometimes they design these things and they don't get built. And then the companies that take the MOCs, whether they pay for them or not, don't seem to test them. Nobody test builds it before they send it out. So what you end up with is something that looks cool on paper and doesn't necessarily work out very well in the real world. These were bricks that were missing, by the way, too. That's supposed to be white with a red thing. Those weren't in there, so I just replaced those. All right, let's see if we can get this. Come on. Come on, you could do it. Oh, stay. Stay. All right, that is why I'm not going to put my expensive Lego Stormtrooper helmet on top of this. As you can see, I mean, this is a cool concept, right? This looks like a giant Lego figure. This has no ability to stay up. It just falls down under its own weight. You can't put this up. Oh, and there you go, pieces flying across the room. That happens, and then the weight of the top is just way more than the legs can handle, and that's what happens if it gets touched. And then you have to, when you're setting it, no, stay, good boy, stay, don't move. When you're trying to set it back up, right? That's the issue. So these parts work good separately, but when you put the weight of this in the arms on the legs, you know, it doesn't take much to knock this over. So that's kind of not good, and I don't trust this enough to put... Stop it! I don't trust this enough to put that $70... Well, it's not even $70 now, right? You can't buy those Stormtrooper heads in stores anymore, so I don't know what they cost new on eBay or whatever, but it's going to be more than $70, and I don't want to wreck that by putting it on top of this and having this, you know, explode all over. This comes off every time it falls. Okay, I'm going to cut this in somewhere, but look, if you don't have this really heavy waist or torso piece up there, look, this will stay in any position you put it in, right? You could tilt it forward, you could tilt it backwards. This stays. When you put this weight on top of here, I mean, that's it. It's overbalanced. It's too heavy. So, yeah, kind of a fail on just all aspects of this. It looks cool, don't get me wrong, but it does not work in the real world. And I would love for LesDIY to, you know, I would love to give them a second chance. I would love for them to send me another set and prove that they can give a set with no missing parts and that works out well. But I don't know if they're going to be willing to do that after they see this video. But again, this is my honest review. So this set's 139 euros on their German site, which is the links that they gave me to their German site. They're a Chinese company, but they've got a German, what do you call it, e-commerce site. And I'll put links to everything. I mean, if you guys want to try this out for yourselves, far be it for me to talk you out of it. But I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think this is worth 139 euros. It's very unstable. And the missing part thing is just bad. That's just bad. So, yeah, I would hold off on buying this because it just doesn't work that great. It looks cool. And maybe if you glue stuff together, if you want to go that route, but that's just awful expensive for a set that was missing so many pieces. I had to stop 3 times, and yeah, so that's where we are. I can't recommend this. I'm sorry this is a negative review, but again, this is for you, the viewers, and that's what I think about this set. I would pass. Hard pass, especially at 139 euros. No. All right, guys, that's it for this review. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll put timestamps and all this so if you don't want to watch the entire video. I know it's gone very long, but I just want to let you guys know my philosophy and why this is getting the kind of review it's getting. And I am here for you guys and to let you know what I actually think of things, so that's what you get. Once again, my name is Jay. This is 7-Star Bricks. Go ahead and give us a like and subscribe if you don't mind. It really helps the channel out. Leave a comment below. That helps us out too. And come back and watch the next video, guys. We'll see you here next time. Why am I trying to fix this? I keep trying to fix it. It's just not going to work. Stop it! Stop! Just